Welcome back to Chicago Car Club. Today we're going to be taking a look at this 1972 Oldsmobile. This is actually an F85, but it is a Cutlass 442 clone, or you might call it a tribute. Pretty neat car. Not a lot of the F85s from 72 around in the two-door hardtops like this. I'm going to take you around, show you everything that we see, be as transparent as possible so that you can make a comfortable purchasing decision. This car shows 28,000 miles on the odometer. The true mileage is unknown. Again, this was originally an F85 coupe. There's been a bunch of parts added and trim and things like that to give it the look of a 442 clone. It has the originally optioned 350 rocket V8 in it. It now has a 4-barrel carburetor on it and a couple little engine upgrades like an electronic ignition and what have you. The trim, original interior would have been white bench seats. It's now black. The paint was 65A, which is blaze orange. It's the original color and the present color. You can see here a set of rally wheels. They're in decent shape. The car overall, it's got some blemishes in it, some little blistering and bubbles here and there, a little bit of rust on the lower edges. But all in all, it's a really solid car. This is going to be one of your most cost-effective ways to get into these A-bodies. Really, these are incredible body styles. And this car's got a lot of positives going for it. But it's got some little blemishes. That front grille piece is a little cracked up. There's a spot in the front fascia there that's been repaired. But all in all, the car doesn't show any signs of any major accident repair or anything like that. It's got a clean title. We see some little dings on the hood, almost like little hail dents around the hood. The roof seems to be good in the deck lid, so I just assume that it's if there was any hail damage, it was on the hood only. Got the painted black stripe on it. The paint shines pretty nicely. It's got some scratches, and like we said, it's got some blemishes throughout and some areas of touch-up and what have you. But all in all, the car is nice and straight. All the trim and hardware is here. See the dual exhaust and the tail lights and the rear bumper. The glass is in nice shape. The windshield's got a couple little abrasion scratches in it, nothing major. You can see some touch-up spots here. We'll get the car out on the road. We'll also get it up in the air and get you some more detailed shots of the lower edges of the panels. It's a great driver. It's a lot of fun to cruise. It runs really well, shifts really nicely, as you'll see when we take it for a ride. Inside the doors here, underside of the doors are solid, and inside the jamb looks pretty good, and up the pillar. The interior looks really nice. We note that the heater fan isn't currently working. This was, I believe, originally optioned as an AC car. A lot of the AC components are there, but it's missing a few as well. So there's no AC on it. It does have power steering and power brakes. You can see inside the door, manual crank up windows. The windows roll up nicely, both front and back. And again, the underside of the door, nice and solid here. The person we bought it from kept it garage kept, which is always nice. They were, I'm sure, over the course of time with some road grit and what have you in the wheel wells, where you can see some of that blistering in the paint back there. The headliner's nice and tight. The car appears to be optioned with the shoulder harness seat belts, which is a nice safety feature. Carpets are in good shape. Steering wheel, the gauges, and the dash all look nice. It is an automatic. It's got a security and sound system in it. The security system honestly is a little annoying to us, so we keep the battery disconnected on it just to be sure that there's no power draw from the security system. And as you can hear, it runs nicely, it revs up well, keeps nice temperature. Really a mechanically well-maintained car for sure. Don't know the age of the tires. I'd assume they're 10 years or older, but they look to be in pretty good shape. Actually, when we got the car, it had a different set of wheels on it. And so we opted to put the stock ones back on. Here you can see the headlights on. We'll take it for a spin. Get it on the road. We note it stops nice and firmly, but it definitely has a little bit of a pull to the left, so it probably needs just a little bit of a adjustment on the left or right side drum. But it shifts through the gears really nicely. It's very responsive, and it tracks nice and straight under acceleration. The speedometer and odometer work, as do most of the rest of the gauges. The 4-barrel carburetor really helps these 350s out quite a bit. I think this was originally optioned with a 2-barrel. They make quite a bit more power with the addition of the 4-barrel. The car really runs out well. As always, we encourage you to reach out by call or text with any questions or comments, or to hear more. You can reach us at 312-420-3696. We're going to go ahead and get the car up in the air on our lift so you can take a look around the lower edges and the underside of the car. A little bit of glare in this picture, but you can see some of the blistering on the paint there. But again, overall, super solid car structurally. See a little bit of overspray underneath the car on the frame rails, but the frame's in nice solid shape. The body mounts are all really solid on it. See some more little bubbling on the lower edge of the fender there. All things that can be tended to quite easily. We don't see anything of any major concern here other than some paint blistering and probably some prior body work that could use a little tending to. No major leaks or drips. Again, the transmission shifts nicely, no rear end noises or anything. There's two little spots on the floor pans, which we'll point out at the end here. Very small, about a $50 size, of a little bit of rust on them. Nothing of concern, nothing I would even bother with, to be honest with you. But you can see here on the welds on the frame, everything's nice and solid. There's one little spot on the, I believe, the driver's side and the other side, right on the bottom on the lower spots there. But again, we appreciate you taking a look. We look forward to speaking with you. Feel free to call us anytime or text 312-420-3696. Thanks for looking.